Welcome back to the Morning Blend. To prepare for this segment, our next guest asked me two questions. One, have I ever Googled my kids? The answer, never, until yesterday. And two, have I ever considered telling them they cannot post their picture on social media? Again, nope, never, unfortunately. So today, more about your kids' digital footprint, what that means, what you need to know, and what you might want to consider changing about your own habits. Dr. Melissa Westendorf is the co-founder of the Technology Wellness Center, and she is here, and it's all about awareness.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. I know, isn't it?
And you know, I told you, nothing, thankfully, so far, content-wise, it was alarming, but how the volume that I could find out about a child who is still a teenager.
Right. It does not.
My own.
I know. It's scary when you look at it and you think, oh my goodness, this is not a private life, because there's all these pictures that can identify how old they are, their birthday, like all this
Their
information.
address, their home address.
Exactly.
And the home. I saw one address that I had right after college that came up near one of a Google search of her. I was like, are you, not that that's scary, but it just is shocking.
Right. I know, it's amazing. And so I want to point out to parents or families, just think about the long-term consequences of posting these pictures. I get why people do it, right? You want to share their accomplishments and, you know, everything they do, and that's great, but there are really long-term privacy consequences.
Well, Tiff made a great point, because my kids started to have a cell phone. My oldest, I don't know, I think it was somewhere around middle school or something, and really people weren't into posting selfies and all that.
Right.
That's kind of a newer thing. But she made the point that a lot of people have been posting pictures of their children from babies on, and a whole lot about them.
Right. I mean, some people do ultrasounds, so even before they were born.
Before they're out of the womb.
Yeah.
They had a selfie.
Right. And so, you know, you think, well, these are my kid, you know, whatever. But really, they have a right to their digital footprint, and we take that away as parents very quickly. I'm not saying I've never done it, but I've really started to consider the consequences, because as kids become early adults, they start to feel, you know, like their rights are exposed and violated. And, you know, what we think is a cute little picture, you know, maybe they don't think so. It can be taken by the hands of a bully, or just be taken by people that you don't want to have it.
What is your thought? Because I've never thought about discussing with them that they can't, unfortunately, post their own picture, selfies, all these kinds of things on social media. Do you think it's good for kids? Should parents out there, if you have a child under a certain age, should you be saying to your child, you need to ask my permission before you post a picture of yourself?
I think so, especially for the young kids, because they just, I mean, their brain doesn't grasp the gravity of the long-term consequences. But if that's a conversation you always have in your household about why we don't post it, they just accept it. And then as you get older, then you keep talking to your adolescent about maybe you want to consider what you want to post or how you want to post.
And I want to get to, is there anything you can do to change it? I want you to make sure you get on, hit that. But with kids of a certain age, when you say long-term consequences, I'm guessing you mean when they go to apply for a job, or are you talking about if they want to run for Congress, political office?
I mean, it can be anything. I mean, I have friends who hire people, and they always do looks into social media. Football coaches, the Nebraska football coach has a great quote. He's like, I look at their social media. If it's something I don't like, I don't look at them. You know, so it's really some long-term consequences. And you have to think about, maybe you have even if it's like political or religious or whatever it is, there are long-term consequences to that you want to think about.
Okay, can you change it? Can you do anything about what's out there?
No, nothing you can do about what's out there. What's out there is out there. Anybody can capture it, screenshot it, and keep it. But what you can do for posting is you can put watermarks on your pictures, and so that makes them less attractive to maybe people who want to steal identities, or who want to use what you think are really cute bathing suit pictures of your little toddler in like yucky websites.
Yeah.
You know, so watermark it, something like that. Always check your privacy settings. You know, they update that social media, and your privacy settings can go back to being more open. So check that routinely.
That's great information. Thank you so much. People can find out more at your website and our website, themorningblend.com, and rewatch this as well. Always appreciate your time. Thank you.